back, True News and Reviews, man. We listen. Ralo got an explanation. What we
Oh
doing?
yeah, the internet is reporting that Ralo has been exonerated. Ralo didn't snitch. There's a statement from 21 Savage saying that he spoke on well, let me just go in order, man. Ralo
1090
full
Jake. Yeah.
paperwork got released. 168 pages. The guy tap in with our last video. We spoke all about John Doe exposing Ralo for being a
Yeah.
snitch, even though they're Muslim brothers. He exposed to mutual friends in the internet that Ralo is a snitch.
We're taking a proffer. Yeah.
Yeah, took a proffer. Now all of the paperwork gets released, and there's parts of that paperwork that say Ralo only told on himself. Then we had a statement from Ralo. I'm going to read it here from my phone, but it says, can't nothing get past the goat of paperwork 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake did say that Ralo is not a snitch either. He said that he was pimping the feds. It's sad how the world bashed me thinking I was a rat. I wasn't even going to respond until 21 Savage called my lawyer asking, did I cooperate? That shit broke my heart, but I'm honored that he was able to hear the truth from someone other than me. Go follow and watch the homie YouTube video. Hashtag free Ralo. I'll let y'all go on. I won't belabor this point. You go out and watch 21 Savage's video or whatever he's talking about, or 1090 Jake's video. You know what I'm saying? I think he's talking about 1090 Jake. Go watch that. See what you think. I'm not convinced. I'm going to just say that early. 21 Savage also says that the lawyer said you didn't tell on anybody.
The lawyer.
That's what 21 Savage says. The lawyer says that you didn't tell anybody. Now,
That's cute.
Bob,
That's cute.
when we saw 21 Savage, or not 21 Savage, when we saw Gunna, yes, ma'am, that lady to death, and get the tattletale in open court.
Yeah.
His lawyer came out and said what?
Same thing.
That Gunna didn't snitch, right?
Yeah.
So do we give a fuck what this man lawyer is saying? Ain't the lawyer supposed to lie on your behalf anyway?
Yeah, lawyer going, he's protecting your bag. So it's like,
listen, man, I'm not, I'm an innocent bystander on the sidelines, man. I don't think Ralo's a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to cancel the man, but let's be real. Terrell Davis did attempt to get 2 proffers that got denied, and this man had his lawyer fight to get his paperwork sealed so they wouldn't see that the man told information. And this paperwork is not the sealed paperwork. There's still a lot of sealed paperwork that we haven't seen.
that we ain't gonna see, and that's why we need to, for us, like, we gotta understand that people can privately snitch and you won't know about it. It's gonna be sealed. Like, I feel this way about Blue Da Vinci. I feel like that paperwork in the transcript, we can't see it. We're not gonna be able to judge until we see the paperwork. So they found a way to seal it. So this is the new age where you can hide being a snitch, man. It's gonna get to that point.
We know for a fact that Ralo got debriefed, so you maintain the position. I want to stick on Ralo, but you're saying that you believe that Blue Da Vinci was debriefed and he told. We know that Ralo had a meeting with FBI agents too, with the intent of extracting information from him. He took that willingly with his knowledge. So he got debriefed, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all out there saying, stuff about Blue, I think you kind of got to put that on Ralo as well. It says that he didn't switch on his heroin supplier, his drug supplier. I'm taking this is the notes I'm reading from reviewing the paperwork. Right. He said that he didn't snitch on his weed and heroin supplier. That's what the paperwork says. His drug supplier was on his deathbed after a heart surgery as well. So that's something that makes this real layered. And they say he didn't snitch on any acts of violence. But this is the thing. We need paperwork from December and April. There's paperwork from December and April. So it really takes a lot of time to comb through all this paperwork. I recommend you
Right.
look at pages like 1090 Jake or Mickey Truth. These are some
Yeah.
people that's going to do some outstanding research. They're going to pay that 20, 30, $50 to go get some paperwork from Pacer or whatever. I don't got the time for it right now. You know what I'm saying? Help us get to 1,000 subscribers and maybe we could add that to the thing. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? 938. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, get us to 1,000. Maybe I'll get on
Late on
Pacer as
that, bro.
well. But I've just been
Yeah.
reviewing the paperwork that's been online, and they never posted that police report from April when he initially got fucked up. Because what a lot of people don't realize with Ralo is they were watching him get weed on a plane and they caught him. They interviewed him and everything. You know what I'm saying? You know what happens when you get arrested. Then he went and did the same thing again and got caught again. So we don't know what he told initially, and then you go back to doing the same thing when you know that compound that he had. The police, I don't know if you knew this, but the police were watching that compound from a camera on a light pole or some shit. So they're watching you go to Jets and pick up work. They're watching you come back with the work to the compound. And then there's other people who snitched on the case other than Ralo. I don't know if anybody's talking about that, but there's a guy named Bilal Muhammad. On August 10th, 2018, he had a request for a proffer as well. There's another guy named Christian Harp who was telling as well. That's what the paperwork suggests. So I'm just a nigga on YouTube. I'm not a lawyer, but Ralo wasn't the only person telling if he did tell. And there's a lot of shit that's sealed. How you feel about the phone call where he was admitting to telling and now they're saying he ain't told?
Yeah, see this, this where it gets touchy. Yeah, I think in that phone call he clearly, you know, made it seem like he was trying to pimp the feds. Kind of how the same. I'm gonna stay on Ralo, but kind of how I feel like how Blue Da Vinci was acting like he was pimping the feds. It's like these guys think that they can act like they telling, and then be like, oh, they already told everything. It ain't nothing for me to tell. You know, it's like, how is the streets gonna take this? And it's like, yeah, man, if you going
So
in there
is that
talking to these people,
that's a question for the chat. I didn't mean to
yeah,
cut
because
you off, but that's a good question. The streets, let us know. You know what I'm saying? It's niggas out there more street than us. Let us know. Can you fake like you telling on a nigga and
no,
not
man,
actually
listen,
tell?
I ain't
It does that?
co-signing asking nobody that. Y'all can put it in a co-sign. If you going down and you go and say, look, let me try to act like and see, just go ahead and wear that, homie. Just go ahead and wear it. Just go ahead and do what you're gonna do, man, because it don't make no sense to trying to play yourself with these people.
Another
You
point is he pled the fifth later on in the trial, right? And then he
okay.
refused to testify to help his homeboys, right? They're saying that, oh, he took credit for the shit that was his. So they asked him to testify to help his homeboys out. Like, say it was yours. You know what I'm saying? That way they don't got it. He wouldn't do that. He pled the fifth. He's like, I ain't gonna say nothing. So if you was out here to take all the blame and save niggas like he's trying to make himself seem like a martyr,
Right.
why did you
Say them
plead the
boy.
fifth? Why you ain't just go all the way and say, look, you know, say you doing some half telling shit anyway. So why
You
you
know
ain't take the
why?
stand and
Because
tell on
the
yourself?
feds want multiple people. They don't want just you, bro. So if you would have went up there, the negotiation was probably like, look, bro, we need you and all your guys. You get
Yeah,
me?
yeah. And we don't know, but that sounds likely, you know. And
Right.
I'll say this as well. There's paperwork saying that the cell phone was subpoenaed, but we heard the phone call where Ralo all but admitted that he willingly gave the feds the phone with the code, and they reviewed the contents of the cell phone with him. To me, that's as good as telling, bro. We know if we look at Ralo's IG, dog, anybody who's interested in this shit, right? Look at Ralo's IG, my nigga. You feel me? He was putting gas emojis with LB next to it, talking about like getting work. And then after they seized the work from him, the FBI, he said that, oh, like I made more money than niggas lost. Anybody ever lost 1 million in one day? So this man was doing a lot of self-telling, right? Online. So you think that he's in a room with people who he gave his cell phone to willingly and they're going through the cell phones? He could have been confirming shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Had to be.
or you don't even really got to confirm it. This your cell phone. We looking at the text coming from you. You talking to this one. We already have all of the information. We're just confirming shit at this point.
Yeah. I remember him speaking so loudly about having dog food, which
Yeah,
is, and I remember that when he first, and I was like, why is this dude on the internet talking like this?
come on, man.
I remember that, like, what's going on? Like,
And look, another thing I'm gonna bring up when y'all looking at this paperwork, go through and look at the 168 pages for yourself. And when you're reading this, keep in mind a lot of this stuff is not transcripts, it's summaries. Summaries. Anybody who's been in a case before, I've been in several different cases in my life. Summaries is what the police is saying what happened. Now take that for what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's not like minutes where they're recording what you said or we can see it. That's the summary of the police saying, oh, well, this is what happened. He ain't really tell nothing on nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's not really the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right.
I think this, I mean, I'm seeing people report that, yo, 21 Savage talked to his lawyer, man. People got to say sorry to Ralo. So the streets, this might be enough for him to win the court of public opinion, Bob.
Right. Yeah. It may be enough for him to win the public eye, but I know that if you even trying to pimp the feds, you're gonna be looked at as a snitch.
Man,
No
that boy
matter
got
if
two
you
proper attempts,
trying
nigga.
to,
Terrell,
yeah,
nigga, once you do that, you Terrell Davis at this point, dog. Proffer is like, that's like a different level. Like really, you really was playing. You really was playing game. And if it
yeah,
wasn't nothing serious that you said, if all you did was tell on yourself, I don't understand why your lawyers were fighting so fervently to get your record sealed and let nobody know that you even had they didn't even want it referred to a proffer off, like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
They wanted, let's call it something else, let's call it a
Cause
meeting
he
because
know,
this
they
could hurt
know.
his safety, you
Yes,
know what I'm saying? It's not
this
good
ain't
for his health.
right. This is not gonna be looked at as a good thing for him in the culture of business that
Hip
he's
hop.
in. This isn't
Yeah.
gonna look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
it makes it harder when you made your whole career off of being a criminal and being like somebody that stood tall. You using this as a marketing tool, you using this as your gimmick for success. It wasn't because of your rapping ability. I don't think. I don't have any Ralo
yeah.
in my playlist. You said he was sliding. I don't know that to be true.
No, I
But
mean I ain't gonna say slide. He done had a couple of little ones that was sliding,
listen,
on some
that's
street
listen.
level.
I gotta listen to more. I'm ignorant, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But it probably will slap a little bit harder to me. I know this man was putting pounds on planes and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like some of that shit
But
might slap a little bit. I like
hard now.
authenticity with the music, you know.
Right. But what have we learned? That we learned number
Okay, that's a
one
good
is
question.
do not feel like you can act like you pimping the feds and it's gonna go okay with the streets. No, I don't care if you get documents sealed, however you trying to pimp them. You, it's no, and I don't want to advocate people for not thinking that they can find ways out if you're trying to get out. Do ever what you got to
Yeah,
do, but
I'm a
just
disagree.
don't hold up to the code and thinking that, oh, I didn't do this for the code. No, man, just do you.
My whole thing is fuck the code, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't betray your friends. You're supposed to have some moral code,
Yeah,
but
bro, you
don't be worried
can't.
about trying
No,
to please the
but that's the
streets, though. You know
problem.
what I'm
But
saying?
listen, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
But then when you're home, when you got your friend telling you paperwork, y'all gonna be like, nah, that ain't right. It's like, yeah, at some point in time, bro, it's gonna be some code you gotta stick to for your pod, for your, for your people, bro. You gotta. It's like,
listen, people.
where
This is
we
what
at?
the reason I say fuck the
I
code
can't say
is
fuck
niggas.
the
I'm gonna say fuck the code
code.
because the code don't always make sense, and people have been accused of being snitches for way less than this. You know what I'm saying? So you could follow the code and still be called a snitch. You could follow the code and end up getting fucked over. I mean, even if it's a lot. Y'all let us know what y'all think, man.
Yeah, let us know what you think, man. But listen, man, if you in the streets, death or jail, man, it ain't no other. Don't